How's it going, everybody? In today's video, we're going to be talking about the war buffs, how they're pretty ineffective, huge Peggy Carter drama, which I'm sure you're aware of, but we do have a blog about the steps they're going to take to try and rectify that issue. We got some free training material rewards for you guys, as well as CC defense is now available to get set. I'll show you what I have set. It's a little different than my video because of Rocket Raccoon and Groot getting the re-breaks early, but nothing too crazy. So first things first, let me show you my defense. So I have Infestation defense because we have to for the current event. Infestation is 100% ineffective even with their 30% stats. They're still getting rolled over by everything. From cheap Superior 6 to nowhere to new teams with just the new stats, it's not even close. X-Men teams, they're also not getting any sort of love. I tried 3 big X-Men teams. They all got ran over by very mediocre offenses. I'm in a little bit of a situation, though, where I kind of am the only person in my alliance that has any sort of defense. So I did see a lot of, mercs being used all over the place, but it was 100% life. Couldn't watch the replay. I tried some of these X-Men teams on the other side of the field. They were very easy. Illuminati is also just getting absolutely walked over by like a Sinister Six team once again. Anything that can just stop their speed up walks over them. Nowhere demolished them, which I found pretty interesting, even with that speed stat and the speed up on spawn. Just like Nova with the extra speed bar is too much for them to overcome, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. The Annihilators are still losing to everything they used to lose to. I did see a big endgame Thanos do a nice spike damage that almost killed somebody, but not quite enough. And because they didn't get that kill, it just fell apart like it normally would. So, when we think about Crucible, we think about stage 3 of the U-32 where they get 100% increased damage and Thanos was just erasing people. That 30% they're getting in War, not nearly enough to make him that sort of a threat. And then there's Astral. Astral was getting a lot of wins, and I'm just going to pop that balloon here because we have a lot of viewers, teams that we've been testing today that have just been walking over the Astral team. So why don't we do a couple of them right now? Foxy's got a nice 7 million Astral team, and I'll show you a couple of the options that we've seen get used. And of course, I didn't save them because why would I do that? All right, so here would be option number 1. We got Undying with Ares. This is going to be built for insanely big punch-ups. What I will say is do not use Scarlet Witch Special because that does put an immunity out there, a disrupt, which will get flipped to immunity from the Astral team. So instead, just go ahead and use that basic. Want to get Shadow King and Emma killed and just make sure they can't actually do their attacks. We don't want revives or all that kind of stuff happening, right? So go for the Shadow King. Next, I'll do the special with Juggernaut. Now I'll start loading up one of these characters with a bunch of debuffs so that I can then spread it. Might as well start with the Emma here. Give her some more bleeds. No rewind on the enemy team, right? And then here's the ability block. Now they're completely controlled. They will start killing themselves. They do a lot less damage because of the astral effects, how they were kind of built for null, but it doesn't really stop anything from happening here. Oh, looks like we pushed the Shadow King a bit too much. He'll get an ability off. And if he ults, it could get ugly for us, except I could also very likely just kill him here. So this is one team that I've heard is doing pretty dramatic punch-ups. So you can go ahead and try this one if you want. Let's go show another team that I think is a lot less taxing to your roster. All right, and this was another option that was brought up. This is Kang Cabal with Apocalypse. One very important thing you want to do here is make sure you kill the Shadow King and make sure Kang does not eat up the vulnerable that is over there on Emma. So with Kang, we'll do the special over here. We come in, we do a lot of damage. That gives us a crit, which we absolutely needed to get. After that is Apocalypse's turn. We want to make sure we are targeting the Emma. The reason we didn't target her with Kang's primary attack is because we wanted that vulnerable to stay up there. There's your flip. Here comes the stun from Apocalypse. And now Apocalypse will kill Shadow King. And from here, it's super easy. You're going to get all your turns. Even if Strange does get to go, he cannot be revived. Apocalypse Power Punch is, of course, a one-shot. Also, with Shadow King gone, rewinds are back on the table. So there you go. Nice little rewind. You see you're in complete control here. I really like this counter, but there's one that's even less taxing if you are a veteran player. So let's go showcase that one. All right, and this is the last entry. This is going to be Apocalypse and his Horsemen minus, we obviously don't have our Archangel here because he's trash. We have Captain Sam. So until the rest of the Liberty team is out, if you're going to build them, this is a great use for Captain Sam. From here, we just want to make sure that we get to kill the Shadow King, same as the last fight. Let's remove all of his barrier. That is then going to make my Apocalypse go. We'll go straight for, well, I could get a stun here. You know, we can't get the trauma on Shadow King or a stun, so I'll just throw it up here, I guess. We kill that Shadow King. We can now put an ability block over on the Emma. I can go ahead and flip some buffs. And then watch Captain Sam comes in, he hits into defense down, and get erased. It's over. It's over. And then also Rogue will go before the not Fantastic, the Doctor Strange to get to win here. Now, all of this was done in practice in front of you guys today. All of these teams were used in the first war this week at varying degrees of punch-up. It looks like the Undying team punches up the highest, though if you make that mistake with Scarlet Witch, you could cause yourself some big headache if Shadow King removes all your debuffs. The Cabal team seems to be probably the most realistic team for people because you're going to have Cabal built up for Old Man Logan. You'll have Kang built up because Crucible and those teams are just awesome. And then Apocalypse. That one does really good punch-ups and it's probably going to be the most viable for people, especially if you're worried about making mistakes. This team is going to be for veterans. This is going to be really good. I'd be concerned about punching up too much here, but I do know someone in chat sent me a video of them doing this in live war at a very big punch-up. So it is possible. Anyway, that's it for war, guys. The bonuses didn't really seem to change much. I think at the highest end, you're probably still going to be seeing hybrids for Astral, hybrids for Annihilators, Illuminati, definitely hybrids there. They don't hold at all. Still a good attempt at Scopely to change things. I'm still going to run just the straight teams myself and see what happens sort of more at the mid-game level for players and see if this holds up at all. But there's something else that Scopely tried or accidentally did probably yesterday, and that was Peggy Carter orb issue. So if you were unaware, Peggy Carter, of course, like all the other characters since I believe Illuminati, have these pity orbs. And in the pity orbs, you're supposed to get a chance at 1 to 3 shards, plus whatever sort of pity system they have there. Well, Scopely put one of those offers up, except instead of putting the pity orb up, they put the real orb up. Let me go pull that up for you real quick. They pulled these Agent 13s, the 675 core orbs up instead of the Peggy Carter pity orbs, which, you know, normally you can see here, you know, chance at 100, but normally it's 3, 2, or 1 is what you're going to get. Well, wouldn't you know it? A lot of people jumped on that, myself included, and they now have a maxed out Peggy or a very, very big Peggy. This is going to have a lot of implications. First of all, anybody who bought Peggy at like retail price for like $100 for the unlock or however high they bought them up, they paid like a extremely marked up price compared to other people. But this was a mistake. Scopely's trying to make it right. I think they did a half measure. There's a little bit more room to make it right for everybody that I'm going to be suggesting, that I have suggested to them as well. But this is an interesting thing that happened. There's a conspiracy theory. They did this on purpose to make sure they can get money from people. No, they didn't. Okay, they don't want to piss off the people that do spend $300 on a character to get more people to spend $25 one time on one character. That's just not good business savvy, and that's why they're doing a really big comp for the biggest of spenders. But it is true. I had zero intention of spending money on Peggy Carter. Zero intention of spending money on Falcon. Zero intention of spending money on Patriot. And they ended up getting $40 out of me. It did take me 8 of those offers to get her maxed out. I'm still not spending money on Falcon. I'm still not spending money on Patriot because Peggy Carter is actually the biggest deal on the team. She is the biggest damage dealer and will make that team go burr. Kind of an interesting situation. But let's go ahead and let's look at Scopely's proposed, make it right for the people who bought Peggy at what I'm going to call retail price. Earlier today, an offer went out with Path to Peggy Carter orbs. This offer unintentionally contained the Agent 13 orb, not the Path to Peggy Carter orbs. We removed this offer to address the situation and will be doing the following. We will bring back the offer containing the Agent 13 orbs with a max limit of 5. So I told you, I bought this 8 times. And that's what I need to do to get her maxed. Your purchase limit will be vary based on how many times the original offers were purchased. For any player who had already maxed Peggy before the orb went live, we will be sending 2,000 Ultra Cores and 2,000 Power Cores. So 2,000 Ultra Cores, if we go into the store, is the equivalent of... Let's go all the way down there. Here we go. 2,000 Ultra Cores is the equivalent of 200 American dollars. I think that's great. I do. I think it's great that they're going to be giving people that had Peggy maxed out $200 free of purchasing power. But anyone who bought her up to 6 stars and then was going to let her get that 7-star naturally really only spent $100, $150 less, maybe $200 less than what the other people spent. Essentially, if those people had known that this was going to happen, they would not have spent the $200, $250 that they spent to get her up to 6 stars right away to put themselves in that position. I think that's not okay for those players. I think Scopely should be giving them a portion of 2,000 Ultra Cores, right? People that max it out, yeah, give them the 2,000 Ultra Cores. I think that is actually definitely the right thing to do. People that brought her up to 6 stars before this event went live, I think you should probably give them 1,000 Ultra Cores. People that, brought her up to 5 stars, you should probably give them 500 Ultra Cores. People that brought her up to 4, maybe 300 Ultra Cores. Like, I think there should be a tiered system, depending on what star level you had Peggy at before the orb event went live. I think you should just give Ultra Core comp to those people. Where it gets tricky is that some people might have cord to unlock Peggy Carter, right? I was going to cord unlock her before I learned about Starjammers. So if I had just cord unlock her and then I just get free Ultra Cores, I think that's just an acceptable thing that happens, right? I think in order to make it right to the people that did spend money, you just do that. I don't know. I feel way about it. Let me know what you guys feel about it. And let me know. A lot of people have a bigger Peggy than they otherwise would have had. If they did sell these characters for cheaper, would you guys have more characters bought right away? I think in order to make that a sustainable business model, you would actually have to have a much bigger community than we have. But maybe one day we can get there. All right, we got another Valentine's QR code for you guys. This one has training materials in it. I'm sure there will be another one that comes out later today. I will ping everybody on the Durkee Dad Discord, which you can join in the description below if we get some extra rewards today. But this gives you training materials. And just be warned, guys. Do not scan any QR code that doesn't come from an official Scopely source. This comes from the Players Voice Movement Discord. I'm comfortable scanning this one. I'll scan this one to get the rewards. In fact, why don't I go ahead and do that right now with you guys? So I just hold my iPhone up to it. I don't know how it works with Android. This pops up. Boom. We go back in game. It reset my game for some reason. Boom, I'm hacked. I just lost my account. You do need to be careful when you're scanning any sort of QR code at all in life. So just keep that in mind. All right, it broke my game. Legit hacked. Where's my training materials? Oh, crashed. All right, let's try it again. This is a great thing to show. This, you should feel sketched out if you do scan a QR code and this happens, okay? That's why you should only scan official Scopely entity QR codes, or, I mean, depending on the envoy. If you trust the envoy, got it from a actual Scopely source, then you can scan it. Like if I put it in the Discord and it's my neighbors in blue, then that's me. If you see random QR codes posted that are not, from whatever envoy you trust, definitely don't do that, okay? In a perfect world, I think they could get back to promo codes and just go in like that. Do I not get any offer, anything? Well, this is just the daily stuff. I got nothing. Okay, we're going to try the QR code one more time. Let's go. We got this. We got this all day. Okay. I scan it. Boom. Brings us in game. Yay! It's fucking L3s. It's not even L4s. All right. Well, that's awkward. Okay, next. Cosmic Crucible. You can now set your defenses for the week. So if you go ahead and set defense, you can go ahead and set your rooms. If you come into this screen, you might see some duplicate teams. When I first came into the screen, I actually had 2 Illuminati Odin teams. That's a visual glitch, okay? If you actually go to the set defense, when you have those 2 teams, you're going to see it's all hand teams. Here's the fun part. I don't know if it is just visual or if you never go into the screen and you just leave it. Are the opponents going to have to face 2 Illuminati Odins? Probably not. Probably not. But I want to share with you the defense that I'm going to be running for the first week. So I do have that retaliation team we talked about. Garbage spider team, just in 2. Just has something. Skrull Annihilators. I'm throwing Black Cat in there to screw around with people who want to use Doom Dorm there. Emma with Orcus to stop Night Stalkers from getting their speed stat. Night Stalker still beats this. It just can make it a little bit hairier. I have Rogue and Gambit with Rocket Groot, because they just got reworked, and OG Star-Lord. 5 points to whoever's gets the comments why I have Star-Lord there. And then Odin Illuminati in 6, which I think is going to be the most Nightmare Room. That's it for this video, guys. I had to do so much editing because this was such a scuffed recording. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully, we're going to have some fun news to be sharing any day now. There's nothing in particular. I just wanted to share some more fun stuff with you guys. Oh, check out the second channel. Check out DC Worlds Collide. I just put out a video on that second channel showing people in the US or people just not in the soft launch countries how they can download that game using the APK for Android or the iOS instructions. And I got Baka to help me kind of do a tutorial with you guys for that. Have a good day. Bye, everybody.
That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.